look at performance rater errors. Many performance management systems can be plagued with rating errors. In fact, rating errors are usually the reason why so many performance management systems are criticized. Accordingly, the goal of rater error training, known as RET, is to make raters aware of what rating errors are and the ones they're likely to make, and to help them develop strategies to minimize those errors. In other words, the goal of RET is to increase rating accuracy by making raters aware of the unintentional errors they're likely to make. RET programs generally include definitions of the most typical errors and a description of the possible causes for each of those errors. Such programs also allow trainees to view examples of common errors and to review suggestions on how to avoid making those errors. RET does not guarantee increased accuracy. Because many rating errors are unintentional, simple awareness of errors does not mean that errors will not be made. Nevertheless, it's useful to expose raters to the range of possible errors. These errors include the following. Similar to me error. We tend to favor those who are similar to us. Consequently, in some cases, raters are more likely to give higher performance ratings to employees who are perceived to be similar to them in terms of attitudes, preferences, and demographics. Contrast error, which occurs when raters compare individuals with one another instead of against predetermined standards. This error is most likely to occur when raters complete multiple appraisal forms at the same time. Halo error occurs when raters fail to distinguish between the different aspects of performance being rated. If an employee receives a high score in one dimension, she also receives a high score in all other dimensions, even though performance may not be even across all of those dimensions. Primacy error occurs when performance evaluation is influenced mainly by information collected during the initial phases of the review period. Recency error occurs when performance evaluation is influenced mainly by information gathered during the last portion of the review period. Negativity error occurs when raters place more weight on negative information than on positive or neutral information. For example, the rater may focus on the one negative incident in the rating of customer service as a dimension. First impression error occurs when raters make an initial favorable or unfavorable judgment about an employee and then ignore subsequent information that does not support the initial impression. Spillover error occurs when scores from previous review periods unjustly influence current ratings. For example, a rater makes the assumption that an employee who is an excellent performer in the previous period ought to be an excellent performer in the current period. Stereotype error occurs when the rater has an oversimplified view of individuals based on group membership. The attribution error takes place when a rater attributes poor performance to an employee's dispositional tendencies like personality instead of the features of a situation. RET exposes raters to the different errors and their causes. However, being aware of unintentional errors does not mean that raters will no longer make those errors. Awareness is certainly a good first step, but we need to go further if we want to minimize unintentional errors.